50 kilometers times 0.621 miles per kilometer equals, oh my. Hi, I'm Ralph and welcome to The Ageless Runner. You know, I've been talking for a while now, many months, about this 50K trail race I'm doing, and it's only 2 days away. This is Thursday. It's going to be on Saturday, July 9th, so I'm kind of making preparations. I thought I would share with you today some of the strategies I'm going to use, some of the preparations I'm going through that you might find for you use in any of your long runs. It doesn't have to be an ultramarathon, doesn't have to be a 50K. It could be a half marathon or a full marathon or any long run you're doing. Perhaps something that I'm doing or I'm going through may benefit you. Let me first start off and talk about the weather. The race day is not going to be too bad. It's going to start off cloudy, maybe a little rain, and then get sunny. It's going to be a high of 81 and low humidity. Near perfect conditions, but it's going to rain Friday and Friday night, so it's going to be wet and muddy. So that's going to influence a little bit some of my preparations. By that I mean I'm going to have a drop bag. I'm going to pack an extra pair of clothes, a shirt, shorts, socks, even an extra pair of trail shoes, just in case I need it. If I get wet or I take a fall and I'm covered in mud, I may want to clean up and change clothes. So I'm going to have that in my drop bag, which will be at the start and finish line. We will go through there 3 times during the race. So I have opportunities to get in my drop bag, get extra gels, get a change of clothes, dry socks, dry shoes if I need them. So that's something that I haven't really done in past races. I've not had to worry about getting wet or getting soaked, but it could be an issue come Saturday. So the strategies I want to talk to you about are kind of broken up into 2 areas. One I'll call the mechanics or the physical aspects of running, the other being the mental. Now, I recognize those are somewhat related. You know, the way you feel can impact the way you think and vice versa. But I'm going to treat them independently, and that may help bring some clarity to me and clarity to you. So kind of my strategy for the run, for the mechanics of the run, is do a lot of things I normally do. I will, in the summertime, I try to drink from my hydration pack about every 15 minutes, no more than 20 minutes. I will try to fuel with carbs, either gels or some food at the aid stations or some energy bars that I bring to get about 50 to 60 grams of carbohydrates per hour. I try to take something food-wise about every 30 minutes. So one thing I do in my hydration pack is I carry an energy powder like Heed or Tailwind or Scratch. I'm using Scratch right now. One thing unique about this race I've not seen in other races is that at the aid stations they will have water. They will also have water with Tailwind mixed in, and Tailwind provides carbohydrates and a little bit of electrolytes. So I'm going to use that. So that'll provide some carbohydrates. I'm going to count on it for maybe 10 to 15 grams of carbohydrates per hour. And then every 30 minutes I'll eat some food or eat a gel to give me that other 40 to 50 grams of carbohydrates I need. So that's my fueling and hydration strategy for the race. Then we get into the mechanics of running, and there's 2 things I'm going to do different in this race. I've actually never done in a race before, but I've been doing it in my practice run. And the first thing is trekking poles. These are all unfolded here, but these are my trekking poles. These are wonderful. They help with balance, help with hills and uphills and downhills. And I think it's going to be really important on Saturday. If it's going to be wet and muddy, it's going to be slipperier, I'm really going to need these things. So hopefully they'll keep me upright and help with just that overall energy expenditure. So I've never used trekking poles in a run or in a race. I've used them in many of my trail runs. I've probably got at least 50 miles experience using these, so I think I'm fairly proficient with them. I think they'll be a real help. The second thing I'm going to do in this race, I've not done in a race, but I'm doing it again in my practice runs, is try and run aerobically, stay in that aerobic state. And that's kind of a challenge in a trail run because trail running is just naturally harder. Some people say trail running is at least 50% harder than road running. It is. I don't know if it's 50%, but it's definitely harder. So it's more of a challenge to run aerobically, which for me, I'm going to find that keeping my heart rate below 80% of my max heart rate. If you get above 80%, they tend to say you're running anaerobically, that's zones 4 and 5. And when you run anaerobically, the lactate in your body starts to build up in your bloodstream. That's what makes your muscles tired. That's what makes you tired. So not running anaerobically, but running aerobically, hopefully will keep the lactate levels down to where I can process them just my normal oxygen and running aerobically to help stave off, extreme fatigue and extreme tiredness. If I can do that, I think I've got a real shot at completing this thing. So that may mean in the second half of the race, I might have to walk more or in general to keep that heart rate down to where I want it and not get too tired. Because that's my goal. My goal in this race is to finish. I don't care what my time is. I care about finishing. That's what's most important to me. If it takes me 11 hours or 12 hours, so be it. I'm going to do my first ultramarathon. I tried it last year and I failed. I may talk more about that during the race. So this is a second attempt for me. I'm really committed to doing it. So those are my two mechanics of running strategies. Use trekking poles and run as much as I can aerobically. Now let's talk about the mental aspects of running, because that's such a big thing. Part of that got to me last year. I really wasn't rested enough to do that race, but once I started feeling tired, my thoughts kept thinking about, I should quit. Should I quit or not? Maybe I should stop. And that really was a big impact on me last year. This year, I have a couple of different strategies. I'm going to use mantras like I always use. But three things I'm going to do different mentally this year is looking at the race totally in segments. What's nice about this race is we make 2 loops around. They call it the perimeter trail. It's a little over 12 miles. And there'll be 4 aid stations along that trail. And also there's some other breaks in the trail like boat ramps and stuff like that. I'm going to look at each one of those as a segment. And my goal would just be get to the next segment, complete the next segment. I think that'll keep my mind off overthinking about, oh my gosh, I've got 25 more miles to do, or I've got 20 miles to do, and just focus on the next segment. I think that'll help a lot with any defeatist or wanting to quit thoughts that might enter my mind. The second thing I'm going to do is try and just, I guess I would term it, live in the moment, enjoy the beauty of the forest, not dwell too much on how I'm feeling, just let those feelings pass. Just kind of enjoy the moment, enjoy the experience, be grateful for being out here at my age and doing an ultramarathon. Maybe that's mindfulness. I don't know if that's truly mindfulness. I'm not an expert in that area, but it's just kind of enjoying the moment, not dwelling too much on what I've done or what I'm going to do. Just enjoy the moment, and hopefully that'll keep me from focusing on the negative. Now, the third mental trick or strategy I'm going to use is focusing on the prize. The prize might be getting the next aid station, getting some food, but I'm thinking about the larger prize, actually finishing the race. I'll try and visualize crossing that finish line, saying, holy cow, at my age, I did an ultramarathon. I did 31 miles. That's just a remarkable thing. Looking forward to making a video and sharing that with you in a week or two. So just keeping my eye on the prize, focusing on the excitement of being able to say, I've done an ultramarathon. That should be a big motivator mentally and help me not get too wrapped up in how I'm feeling and getting that defeatist attitude. So I think I'm all set. I'm going to spend, today is Thursday, I'll spend today and tomorrow kind of gathering up my stuff, gathering up my energy gels, making sure all my clothes are ready and stuff so I can get up. I got to get up early Saturday. The race starts at 6:10 for the 50K people. This is also a 50-mile race and a 50K race. So the 50K people start at 10 minutes after 6 a.m. in the morning, so I got to get there early. I got a little bit of drive. It's not too long, about a half an hour drive to get there. So should be good. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really psyched to do this year. I would say I'm kind of like nervously excited because I'm a little apprehensive about trying to do 31 miles. I don't want to hurt myself, don't want to abuse my body, so I'm kind of nervously excited, and hopefully all these mental strategies will work for me and I'll do that. So I do thank you for watching this video. When you watch it, I may be actually running the race, or maybe the race is done, but I will post a race video. Hopefully that'll work out okay. It's going to be muddy. Hopefully my GoPro will work and it doesn't get damaged or anything like that. If so, I'll have a race video in a week or two. So thanks again for watching. If you like this video, please scroll down and hit that like icon. If you're new here, I'd love to have you stick around. Please hit that subscribe button. In any event, thanks for watching and happy running.